Ladies and gentlemen, if I can invite you to take your seats, please. Do you hear that?
No.
Do you hear that?
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please take your seats and we will carry on.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience there. And in fact, the Master of Ceremonies hasn't made it back, so we've got a deputy. And I'm quite sure that Sergeant Chris Lewis is looking forward very much to being dropped in it at last minute, but we'll find out. The flexibility of air power. In terms of the remaining process, it's my great privilege on your behalf to give thanks to those folk who are departing as council members. In particular to Dick Whittingham. Where's Dick? He's here somewhere. Thank you very much indeed, Dick, for your service. Thank you, Dick. And to Judith Boothman. Where's Judith? Oh, she's not here. In her absence, Judith, thank you very much indeed for the service that you have given the association. And then we move on to something which comes under my gift, which is to put forward to you for vote by acclaim nominations for life vice presidents. And I've been invited by Council to consider two nominations. And the first one of those is to Air Chief Marshal Sir Glenn Torpey. Glenn, you probably recall as being Chief of the Air Staff. Having left the Royal Air Force in regular service, he remained within the RAF family by being the chair of the trustees of the RAF Museum, and he's been instrumental in the work behind the RAF 100 appeal. The second person that I would like to put before you is Sir Stephen Dalton, again, former Chief of the Air Staff, who has for the last year been the President of the Royal Aeronautical Society, remains keenly involved with supporting the cadets and the Royal Air Force Association in his current role as the Lieutenant Governor of Jersey. So, ladies and gentlemen, I put to you to vote by acclaim to be life Vice Presidents of the Royal Air Forces Association, Sir Glenn Torpey and Sir Stephen Dalton. Thank you very much indeed, and I shall have great pleasure in presenting Sir Stephen with his life vice presidency at the band concert which has been arranged in Jersey for the 19th of September, and I think the Jersey rep was sitting over there somewhere, and I think that should be a good not only evening but fundraising do across in Jersey. And Sir Glenn, when we find an appropriate time when Lady Christine allows him out to play, we will be able to sort that out. So I now ask Conference to suspend conference business as we invite TAF to update us all on the venue for our 2019 annual conference. TAF.
Thank you, Conference, for allowing me to speak. A difficult job finding a venue at a cost-effective solution catering for all our needs. These venues are not easy to find. I know Yarnfield hasn't been perfect, but we made the best of the job we've got, and it was excellent value for money that we had. So, we needed somewhere that was affordable, that give charitable funds the best value, easy for everyone to reach. That includes the people overseas, Bob. Large and professional, and modern. Modern. Yes. But modern is with good facilities, accessibility, and caters for the needs of our members. It's not just bright and shiny. And apparently, I had to look for somewhere with things to do nearby. We shortlisted 13, but we looked at many venues. And out of our 13 venues, we have a clear winner that met the targets above. It is the Birmingham Hilton Metropole. It does look like that. I've been there. Spacious rooms, because somebody told me, and I can't remember who it was, I don't know if it was Brian Dark, who said he didn't have enough space on his dressing table to put all his makeup out. But there's plenty of facilities. We have done a recce as well. There's one of those things. And to satisfy, again, the hardened drinkers or the cultured people, is a bar just on the side of that main bar that has got 4 or 5 real ale taps. There's this. Now, this comes with a caveat. If we're going to have a venue with leisure facilities, well, the President says we should conduct PT at 600 hours every morning. All joking aside, one of your ACC members, and it wasn't me because I wasn't allowed in my budgie smugglers, did go and test it, and the facilities, the change of facilities, and the accessibility to that pool is very, very good. Monarch Suite. What happened with the Hilton Metropole? It was 2 hotels. They made a bit in the middle and they smashed it into one. We are going to have exclusive use of the Monarch Suite. We'll have our own entrance, our own bars, and our own function room. But you still can go up to that bar that we've seen in the earlier picture if you want to get away from me and the President. Within this Monarch Suite, there's this wonderful room. Now, conference, I'm looking at a black tie dinner, a cabaret evening, but only if that's what you want. So, could I have a show of hands? Would somebody like a gala awards evening with a full cabaret and a black tie dinner? Thank you for that support. We will go ahead.
There were more than 113 hands there, Taff.
Well, Mr. President, when there's alcohol involved, our members are very forthcoming. But this is a room. My Master of Ceremonies, who was absent, has had a look, and we can meet the ceremonial requirements for our venue, and that includes, we have a standard bearers competition as well next year. So the ones who like to do other things, that lake is outside. It didn't look as blue as that when I seen it the other day, but it's a short stroll to something called Resorts World Birmingham, over 50 shops, 18 food outlets, and a casino. Yeah, apparently. And it's only 6 miles to Birmingham city centre, and the transport links are excellent. Central location, next to the NEC. It's a mile off the NEC junction, if that. Close to Birmingham International Train Station, close to Birmingham Airport. And I'm told with the shuttle that goes to Birmingham Airport, it's a walk to the hotel, but they do have a shuttle bus. Bookings. You'll be able to book for annual conference from September 2018. It will not be as cheap as Yarnfield has been for the last 2 years. It won't be as good value for the association. The cost for the weekends, this is full board, will be $210 for a single and $312 for a double. Full board is from Friday evening to Saturday breakfast. We have done the research, and Sunday breakfast, sorry. Well, you're on a diet from Saturday to Sunday, but the Sunday breakfast, yeah? So it covers all your food for the weekend. Yeah, we've done all the research. This one came up as the cheapest. Some of them options were double that for a weekend. So we've looked for the best value money, transport links, and going back to the criteria in the front, I'm sorry, affordable, easy one for everybody to reach, large and professional, modern, with the facilities we require, and with things to nearby. It meets all our needs. So, conference, that is our venue for 2019. Sorry, car parking, I always look at car parking. It's my day job. I look at car parking and look what's there. It's a busy car park. There is ample car parking, and there's pre-bookable blue badge slots. But you've got to tell us what you want. But it's a busy car park, and it's easy accessible. I'm not sure. It's something we'll work on and negotiate. The dates will come at the end. I haven't written that down. I sleep between there. It's about the same weekend, I think, funny enough. Yeah? But that's what we got. We do our best. We do a lot of work to go around and see it. Thank you. I've been told off because I told somebody off earlier for not reading a conference brochure. If I'd read my conference brochure, Mr. President, I would see that on the back page there's the dates and locations for next year. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Okay, so back in conference business, my last job. It's a strange job, this, Mr. President, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, to present the vote of thanks when we really haven't finished conference. So our conference doesn't finish until after the NMA service. But as this is the last part of today's at this location, once again, on behalf of your ACC, I better tell you who I am, hadn't I? Taff Rees presenting the 2018 vote of thanks. Once again, on behalf of your ACC, I present the vote of thanks to conference. To present the vote of thanks is always a great honour, like I say. Especially we've had a fantastic weekend, and the atmosphere last night was excellent, with a group of like-minded people who have one mission: to look after and support the RAF family. I don't read out the list of all the individuals who've had a special role, because I've come to realise that everybody has a special role in making this conference successful. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody for delivering another fantastic conference again this year. I've left half of it over there, I'm sure of it. Excuse me. I know. Too many bits of paper. Delegates, friends, everybody who joined us this year, what a way to celebrate a reunion of old friends, meeting of new, and I can say on behalf of your conference committee, it's been a pleasure. I will, however, always talk about people and hope I don't miss people out or upset people. I'd like to thank all your association staff for supporting this weekend with such professionalism and enthusiasm. What they've delivered through the marketplace, through looking after you, through just being a part of the team, and the workshops they provided, the information they provided to you is fantastic. To all the staff, without your support and commitment, we could not deliver a conference. So on behalf of my committee and all you who are here, I thank you all. But again, one person needs thanking more than anything else, and that's our conference organiser, Kelly. Kelly, I thank you on behalf of everybody for all the hard work you've done to support this conference. Kelly and her staff run round at 100 miles an hour. You don't see it. Looking after me, looking after the President, and looking after you. But it'd be remiss of me if I don't mention the other members of the team, which is Hannah, Adele, and Amanda. You've seen them at booking in. They've been fantastic, manning that front desk in the conference office. But they don't share their goodies with me. They keep me out of the office. But they've been fantastic. So on your behalf, for looking after you all, I thank you all. I thoroughly enjoyed our Friday evening with music from the Central Band Jazz Quintet, which we'll have again tonight. And I really did enjoy it. It was fantastic. The atmosphere in there was just buzzing with the music, people chatting and interacting. It was great. Thank you very much, and we're looking forward to hearing you again tonight. This, again, like I say, is unusual. We haven't had a fantastic service of dedication and a great parade of standards, accompanied by the excellent music from the Central Band. It ain't happened yet. And I usually say, thank you, so what do I do? So I think I'll have to predict the future. Maybe not that difficult to do, as I witnessed the meticulous planning and preparation by Kate Stride and her team, and by our parade marshal. Oh, he's made it back. Warrant Officer Rab Davis. He must be doing something right. I know the parade of the MAA will be a fantastic event 2,500 of our members attending, but the Sunday service is always something special when we think of our friends and colleagues from the past and in the present. So thank you all for organising this event for tomorrow. I thank the band. I usually always thank the band. I enjoy the band. Like I said many times, I never liked marching. I never liked doing band things and behind bands, but it's fantastic to listen to you. I've got a tape in the car, a CD in the car. I annoy people playing it, but Terry, Warrant Officer Terry Gardner, thank you, and thank your band for your support. At this point, I'd like to do a special thank you to the Chaplain-in-Chief of the Royal Air Force, the Venerable Air Vice Marshal Jonathan Chaffee, for all his support to the Association over the years. I believe the parade on Sunday is his last official duty before he retires from the Royal Air Force. So thank you, Padre, for all your support over the years. Also, my thanks to Air Marshal Julian Young for giving up his valued time to come and support our conference, updating us on the work of today's Royal Air Force, the engineering side of the Royal Air Force that provides all these shiny things for our pilots to go fly in. I must be doing something right because he didn't know I worked for him at one point. And the challenges of the service, what faces the civil servants, the contractors, and the serving personnel this going forward into the future. Thank you very much to Air Marshal Julian. My final thanks goes to our President, Sir Baz North, for chairing our conference so successfully. Sir, it's been an honour to share the stage with you this weekend, and you thought from Aldergrove days you would never bump into that mad Welsh chief again. Before I propose the vote of thanks to conference, I have a poem. I didn't write it, but it's something that I thought, in honour of the 100th anniversary of the Royal Air Force, I should share. 3 cheers for the man on the ground. Wherever you walk, you'll hear people talk of the men who go up in the air, of the daredevil way they go into the fray, facing death without turning a hair. They raise a big cheer and buy lots of beer for the pilot who's come home on leave, but they don't give a jigger for the flight mech or rigger with nothing but props on his sleeve. They just say, nice day, then turn away with a never mention of praise for the poor bloody Urk who does all the work and just orders his own beer and pays. They've never been told of the hours in the cold that he spends sealing Germany's fate, how he works on the kite till all hours of night and then turns up next morning at 8. That'd be a novelty for me. He gets no rake off for working till takeoff or helping the aircrew prepare, but whenever there's trouble, it's quick at the double, the man on the ground must be there. Each flying crew confirm as it is true that they know what this man's really worth. They know that he's part of the RAF's heart, even though he stays close to the earth. He doesn't want glory, but please tell his story, spread a little of his fame around. He's just one of the few, so give him his due, and 3 cheers for the man on the ground. And this was written by flight mechanic Eric Sykes, 1942. Yes, that Eric Sykes. Mr. Chairman, I now move the 2018 vote of thanks.
Well done, Taff, and of course, vote of thanks to you for the work that you have done in terms of chairing the committee and enjoying going around all those 14 different venues and sampling the best rooms. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Now, a few admin notes before I invite Warrant Officer Davis to close with a formal ceremony. That is, please hand in those handsets that you've left all over the building, because they will be required, and they're on Taff's slop chit, so they do need to be handed back. Dinner this evening, 1700 to 1900. Bar opens at 17:30, and then the concert by the Central Band will start at 19:15, with the gala awards in here at 2000. Please remember to drink sensibly this evening. It's an early start, self-driving across the countryside. The last thing we need is a silly whoopsie for somebody who's had potentially the odd blob too much that hasn't cleared through the system. Please think about that this evening. Now, To reiterate the third time, please pre-register. Get rid of all the admin gnaws this evening between 1700 and 2000 hours. It will ease the fray for all of us in this room who are attending the NMA tomorrow, ahead of the crowd of some 2,000 additional folk who will be attending. I understand that the RAFLOs will be at the NMA 08:30.
I didn't say it.
RAFLOs, is that correct?
Yes.
Good, well done. Look forward to seeing you there. You can also share the pleasure of number ones all day. That would be great. And the chairman has called for the council's meeting, which was going to be this evening at 1700, to follow on immediately after the closing ceremony, so we can ease the strings and get things through. So, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I now hand over to Warrant Officer Rab Davis for the closing ceremony. Mr. Davis.
Standard party, upwards, turn. Standard bearer. Standard. Standard bearer. Slow, standard. Standard party, upwards, turn. March off, association standard for the Royal Air Forces Association. Standard party, quick, march.